Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture of Geotechnical Engineering. This is Sukamal Ghosh, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JS Group. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about the design of sheet piles. So till now, we have seen the soil mass or the backfill soil mass on one side of the sheet pile. Right? Whatever discussion that we have made about the sheet pile in our earlier lectures, we have seen the backfill soil mass on this side of the sheet pile, means on the right side of the sheet pile. But as we know, the sheet pile is light in weight, it may try to rotate due to the lateral pressure, that is sigma h, provided by the backfill soil mass. So if we want the stability of this particular sheet pile, then we may provide the soil at the left side of the sheet pile as well, as we provided in this particular case. See, we have provided a depth of D soil mass at the left side of the sheet pile, and thus it do not lose its stability. So what we do, we drive the sheet pile below the ground level at the left side of the sheet pile, which is known as the dredge level. Okay, and that is how the stability of the sheet pile is not hampered. Okay, now, so basically there are two types of sheet pile. The one is cantilever sheet pile and the another one is anchored sheet pile. Okay, now, so this is a cantilever sheet pile. Okay, the cantilever sheet piles are also known as free cantilever sheet pile. Okay, so these are also known as free cantilever sheet pile. Okay, so when we provide a sufficient amount of depth below the dredge level, see, we have discussed that this is the dredge level, right? So when we provide a sufficient amount of depth below the dredge level, means the sufficient amount of D, the sheet pile will not rotate due to the lateral pressure provided by this backfill soil mass. In this case, means when we provide enough amount of D in a sheet pile, or for a case of sheet pile, we called it as the cantilever sheet pile. Okay, now, so sometimes due to some limitations, we may require to provide a small depth below the dredge level. You can see in this particular figure that we have provided a small depth below the dredge level. This is the dredge level, we know. But when we provide a small amount of depth below the dredge level, like this particular figure, there may be a chance that the sheet pile will try to move away from the backfill due to the lateral pressure provided by the backfill soil, as shown in this figure. You may see in this particular figure, this is the initial position of the sheet pile, but due to the lateral pressure provided by this backfill and due to the small amount of depth below the dredge level, the sheet pile is trying to move in this side. Okay, so this dotted shape is the later position due to the horizontal pressure or the lateral pressure provided by this backfill. This is the backfill, right? So to stop this phenomena, we need to provide a resistance on the opposite side of the movement of this sheet pile, right? So generally what we do, we provide tie bars which are connected on the wall of the sheet pile and it's pull the sheet pile on the opposite direction. Now this resistance is known as the anchorage system. You can see here, this is the sheet pile and we have provide a small amount of depth below the dredge level and to stop the movement of the sheet pile in this side, we have incorporated the anchorage system. Okay, we have already discussed that what is an anchorage system, right? So let me write here the definition of the anchorage system. Okay, anchorage system so an anchor system is the resistance which is connected to the wall of sheet pile and it pulls the sheet pile in the opposite direction of the movement of the sheet pile. Okay, so here we actually, to resist the movement of the sheet pile, use the tie bars which are connected to the wall of the sheet pile and provide the pull. Okay, now since the anchor system is provide the resistance and help the sheet pile to maintain its stability, we called it as anchored sheet pile. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the analysis of sheet pile. Okay, see, the main purpose of the analysis of sheet pile is to calculate or to determine the depth below the dredge level. It means we need to calculate or determine this particular depth. Okay, so in the analysis of sheet pile, we will draw the active earth pressure distribution diagram at the right side of the sheet pile, and we will draw the passive earth pressure distribution diagram at the left side of the sheet pile. Okay, and basically this analysis is for cohesionless soil. Okay, cohesionless soil or for granular soil. Okay, so first we will analyze the cantilever sheet pile. See, this is a cantilever sheet pile which is retaining a cohesionless backfill, and the depth of the cantilever sheet pile below the dredge level is D. Okay, so this depth is D. Okay, this is the dredge level. Okay, and the unit weight of the backfill soil is gamma. Okay, so the unit weight is gamma, and from the ground level to the dredge level the depth is h. So the total depth or the total height of the sheet pile is h plus d. Okay, and as we discussed, we will always draw the active earth pressure diagram at the right side of the sheet pile, and we will draw the passive earth pressure distribution diagram at the left side of the sheet pile in the analysis of sheet pile. Okay, now from this particular figure we may calculate the active and the passive earth pressure at the base of the sheet pile. Okay, so we know the active earth pressure PA is equals to KA into sigma V, right? So if you consider the vertical pressure or the vertical stress for the active earth pressure, you will have sigma V, which is nothing but the effective stress is equals to the unit weight, which is gamma, into the height, which is this h plus d. Okay, so h plus d. Okay, so this is the value of sigma V for the active earth pressure. Okay, so if you put it here, you will have Ka into gamma into h plus d. Okay, so this will be the value of PA means the active earth pressure at the base of the sheet pile. Okay, so you can see here at the base of the sheet pile the active earth pressure is Ka into gamma into H plus D. Okay, so this is the active earth pressure, that is PA. Okay, now in the same way we can calculate the passive earth pressure, right? So we know the passive earth pressure, that is PP, is equals to the Kp into sigma V, right? So for the passive earth pressure, this sigma V or the vertical stress will be equals to the unit weight gamma into the height from the dredge level to the base of the sheet pile, that is D. Okay, so it will be gamma into D. Okay, so if you put the value of this vertical pressure, which is equals to gamma into D, in this equation, then you will have Kp into gamma into D. Okay, that is why we have written here the value of passive earth pressure is equals to Kp into gamma into D. Okay, so this is Pp. Okay, now we can calculate the resultant active earth pressure force and the resultant passive earth pressure force. Okay, so from this particular figure we may observe the resultant active earth pressure force, that is Fa, is acting at a depth of H plus D by 3 from the base of the sheet pile, and in the same way the resultant passive earth pressure force, that is Fp, is acting at a depth of D by 3 from the base of the sheet pile. Okay, so this Fa is resultant active earth pressure force. We know it, right? And the Fp is the resultant passive earth pressure force. Okay, so now how can we calculate this resultant active earth pressure force or this resultant passive earth pressure force? See, in our lectures of lateral earth pressure, we have discussed that the value of the resultant active earth pressure force will be the area of the active earth pressure distribution diagram. Okay, the value of resultant active earth pressure force will be equal to the area of the active earth pressure distribution diagram, right? So we can see here the active earth pressure distribution diagram is a triangle, right? And the height of this triangle is H plus D and the base is the PA, that is equals to Ka into gamma into H plus D, right? So the area of this active earth pressure distribution diagram will be half into the height, that is H plus D, into the base, that is PA, or the Ka into gamma into H plus D. Okay, so if you solve it, you will have half into H plus D, that is the height, and into the base, that is the PA. Okay, so ultimately you will have half into D plus H into Ka into gamma into D plus H. So if you solve it, you will have half into Ka into gamma into D plus H whole square. Okay, now in the same way, if you want to calculate the resultant passive earth pressure force, then you need to calculate the area of the passive earth pressure distribution diagram, right? So we know this is the passive earth pressure distribution diagram, right? And the height of this passive earth pressure distribution diagram is D, right? We know this height is D, right? We know the height from the dredge level to the base of the sheet pile is D, right? So this is the dredge level, right? We have discussed it several times. This is the dredge level. Okay, so the area of this pressure distribution diagram or the passive earth pressure distribution diagram will be half into the height, that is d, into the base, that is the passive earth pressure, which is equals to the Kp into gamma into d. So if you solve it, you will have half into d, that is height, into the Kp into gamma into d, that is nothing but the Pp and the base of the passive earth pressure distribution diagram. So if you solve it, you will have half into Kp into gamma into d square. Okay, and it is acting at a depth of d by 3 from the base. Okay, and in the same way, this is acting at a depth of d plus h divided by 3 from the base of the sheet pile. Okay, now if the overturning moment will be equal or lesser than the restoring moment, then only the sheet pile will not subjected to the overturning. Okay, so see, first of all, let me clear it. Then we'll understand it in a better way. See, if you consider this particular figure, then you may observe that this Fa is trying to rotate the sheet pile. Okay, or you can say this Fa is trying to move away the sheet pile from the backfill, right? But this Fp is trying to restore the position of the sheet pile, right? So this Fa create a moment which will try to overturn this particular sheet pile. Okay, but this Fp will provide a moment which will try to restore the position of the sheet pile. Okay, and only if the overturning moment is less than or equal to the restoring moment, means the moment that is produced by this Fa is less than or equal to the moment that is produced by this Fp, then only this sheet pile will not subjected to the overturning. Okay, so the overturning moment or the moment that is produced by the resultant active earth pressure force is Fa into the d plus h divided by 3. Okay, and the restoring moment or the moment that is produced by the resultant passive earth pressure force is Fa into d by 3. Okay, so for the stability of the sheet pile, these two moments have to be equal, or maybe this moment need to be less than this particular moment. Okay, so let me consider this moment is Mo and this moment is Mr. Okay, so what I want to mean actually, if we need the stability of the sheet pile, then this Mo has to be less or equal to the Mr. Okay, so by equaling this Mo with Mr, we can calculate the depth below the dredge level. Okay, or maybe in another way we can calculate the depth below the dredge level by calculating the moment respect to any point such as B or A. Okay, so as we discussed that we can calculate the depth below the dredge level, means we can calculate this depth either by equating the overturning moment with the restoring moment, or we can calculate this depth d by calculating all the moments about any particular point such as this A point or this B point. Okay, so here we have adopted the second method. Okay, so here we have calculated all the moments about the point B. Okay, And to fulfill the static equilibrium condition, we know the summation of all the moments about the point B have to be 0. Okay? And if we consider the anti-clockwise moment as positive and the clockwise moment as negative, then you will have this expression. Okay? See, this Fa is producing an anti-clockwise moment, right? So this moment is this Fa into h plus d by 3. Okay? And on the other hand, this Fp is producing a clockwise moment, that is Fp into d by 3. Okay? Now since the moment that is producing by this Fa is anti-clockwise, we have taken it as positive, right? And since the moment that is produced by the Fp is clockwise, we have taken it as negative. Okay? Let me clear it so that you can understand it in a better way. See, since this Fp is producing a clockwise moment, we have considered it as negative. And since this Fa is producing an anti-clockwise moment, we have considered it as positive. Okay? Now if you put the value of this Fa and Fp, then you will have this expression. Okay? And if you solve it, you will have this Ka into d plus h whole cube is equals to Kp into d cube. And from this expression we can calculate the value of d. Okay? So this is the second method that we have adopted. We may also calculate the value of this d by equating this overturning moment with the resisting moment. Okay? So what was our overturning moment? Our overturning moment was Fa into d plus h by 3, right? See, this is the overturning moment, and our restoring moment is it will be Fp. Okay? So Fp into d by 3. So our overturning moment is Fa into d plus h by 3, and our restoring moment will be Fp into d by 3. Okay? So if you equate this expression with this expression, then also you will get this equation. Okay? And from that we can calculate the depth below the dredge level. Okay? Now we are going to discuss about the analysis of anchored sheet pile, and we will analyze the anchored sheet pile with the help of a numerical problem. Okay? And the problem is saying an anchored sheet pile of 5 meter height retains sand on the both side. Okay? It means this is the anchored sheet pile, and the height of this anchored sheet pile above the dredge level, see, this is the dredge level. Okay? And above the dredge level, the height of the sheet pile, that is h, is 5 meter. Okay? And this anchored sheet pile is retaining sand on both sides. Okay? It means in this side it is retaining sand, and this soil is also sand. Okay? Also the problem is saying the anchored system is 1 meter below from the ground surface. Okay? See, this is the ground level or the ground surface, and this is the anchored system. So the distance between the ground level and the anchored system is 1 meter. Okay? Also it is given the density of the soil is 24 kilonewton per meter cube. It means the unit weight, that is gamma, of the soil is 24 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay? And the value of phi means the value of angle of shearing resistance is 28 degrees. It means the value of phi is 28 degrees. Okay, and the problem has asked to determine the minimum depth of dredge level of the sheet pile for the stability. Okay, it means we need to calculate the value of D. Okay, so we need to determine the value of D. Okay, so let's solve the numerical. So this is the pressure distribution diagram for the anchored sheet pile. Okay, so in the problem this H is equals to 5 meter, right, and this depth is 1 meter. Okay, and we need to calculate this depth D. Okay, and we know the value of this gamma is given as 24 kilonewton per meter cube, right, and we also know the value of phi, that is angle of internal friction or the angle of shearing resistance, that is 28 degree. Okay, so first we need to calculate this Kp and Ka. We can calculate this Kp and Ka using the value of this phi. Okay, so the Ka is equals to 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi, right? So it will be 1 minus sin 28 degree divided by 1 plus sin 28 degree. Okay, so if you solve it, you will have 0.361. In the same way, if we want to calculate the Kp, then Kp will be 1 plus sin phi divided by 1 minus sin phi. Okay, so it will be 1 plus sin 28 degree whole divided by 1 minus sin 28 degree. Okay, so if you solve it, you will have 2.77. Okay, now let me calculate the value of Fa. So the value of Fa will be the area of this pressure distribution diagram, which is equals to half into this base, that is the Pa, into this height, that is H plus D. Okay, so it will be half into Pa into H plus D. Okay, so the Pa will be Ka into gamma into H plus D into H plus T. Okay, so this value is Pa, right? So half into the value of Ka, we know 0.361, the value of gamma is 24, the value of H is 5, we know 5 plus D into 5 plus D. Okay, so if you simplify it, you will have 4.332 into 5 plus D whole square. Okay, so this is the value of Fa. In the same way, we can calculate the value of Fp. Okay, so what will be the value of the Fp? See, it will be half into this depth, that is D, into this Kp into gamma into D, that is Pp, right? So it will be half into Pp into D, right? So the value of Pp is Kp into gamma into D into D. Okay, so it will be half into, what is the value of Kp? Kp value is, see, 2.77. So it is 2.77. 77. The value of gamma is 24 into d square. So if you solve it, you will have 33.24 into d square. Okay, so this is the value of Fp. Okay, now we have got the value of Fa and we have also got the value of Fp. Okay, now if you want to calculate this depth d, then we have two methods. Okay, either you can equate the overturning moment that is produced by this Fa with the restoring moment that is produced by this Fp, or you can calculate all the moments about the point B or A. Okay, so let me use the second method. Okay, so let me take moment about the point B. Okay, so taking moment about point B. Okay, so we will have summation of all the moments about the point B is equals to 0. Okay, let me write in the next slide. Okay, so the summation of all the moments about point B is equals to 0, right? So you will have 33.24 d square into 4 plus 2 by 3 d is equals to 4.3325 plus d into 2 by 3 5 plus d minus 1 meter. Okay, so now if you solve it, you will have 7.673 d square into 4 plus 2 by 3 d is equals to 5 plus d whole square into 2 by 3 d plus 2.33. Okay, so you have got this expression. Okay, so we can solve this particular equation by trial and error method. Okay, so let me consider the value of the d is equals to 2. Okay, suppose this is the left hand side. Okay, and this is the right hand side. Okay, so if you consider that d is equals to 2, then this left hand side is equals to 163.7 and the right hand side is equals to 179.5. Okay, now if you consider d is equals to suppose 2.1, then the left hand side will be equals to 182.7 and the right hand side will be equals to 188. Okay, so we are getting close values, right? So let me consider that d is equals to 2.2. So if you consider d is equals to 2.2, then you will have left hand side is equals to 203 and the right hand side is equals to 196.8. Okay, so we need to decrease the value of d. Okay, so now let me consider that d is equals to 2.15. Okay, so if you consider that d is equals to 2.15, then you will get the left hand side will equals to right hand side. Okay, so the depth below the dredge level of the sheet pile is 2.15 meter. Okay, so this is the answer. So this depth, that is d, is equals to 2.15 meter. It is 2.15 meter. Okay, So this is it for today. We will meet in our next lecture. Till then, stay safe and stay happy. Thank you.